Well, a very happy Thanksgiving to all of you out in the US of A. So today is Thanksgiving Day, and I decided I was going to make something you could serve as a small meal, but an alternative to the traditional Thanksgiving one. Now, me being half Mexican, Native American, we did a dish for that side last year. So this year, that we're doing a dish for the Italian side. So we're going to do a Thanksgiving dinner, but we're going to do it Italian style. So today, we're going to make Thanksgiving lasagna. Yeah, Thanksgiving lasagna. So I have some of the things that you would use to make lasagna and some of the things that you would use to make a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. So for the sauce, we are not going with a red sauce. We're not going with a tomato sauce. We're going with a pumpkin sauce. Now, pumpkin sauce is easy to make. What you want to do is you want to take a pumpkin. If you want to use a pie pumpkin, they're a little bit sweeter, go ahead. But there's all kinds of varieties of pumpkin, and there's all kinds of different flavors and everything. So try what works for you. So cube them and then put them in a steamer pot, and then steam them for about maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes, and just until they start to get tender. And when they get tender, don't worry about peeling them, because when they get tender, the skin just comes right off. You don't have to worry about that. Stick that in a blender, blend that down, and then you have a nice basis for your pumpkin sauce. Now, don't pour out the water at the bottom of the steamer. You're going to need that later on, okay? So, make your sauce the way you would typically make tomato sauce. So basically, you want to start with some oil on the bottom, and you want to brown some onions, some garlic. You use some spices. I would recommend, if you can get it, the Bell's Turkey spices, the Bell's Turkey seasoning. It's hard to find, but if you can find that, use that. I just used rosemary. I didn't want to do Italian spices because I don't want this to be too Italian. I just wanted it to be kind of Italian themed. So I used just a little bit of rosemary, some pepper, some salt, and some red pepper flakes. So I basically cooked that sauce down. Now, remember, I told you to save that water from when you steamed the pumpkin, that kind of orangey water, because if the pumpkin sauce is too thick, you can water it down with that. Just kind of water it down with that. So there you go. So we also have some turkey gravy. So we're going to alternate that in the lasagna. Now, when you're making turkey gravy, your best friend is your whisk. Your whisk. Come on, this thing. So just, keeps it from getting lumpy. So we have our gravy. We have green beans. And if we're going to make a green bean casserole, we'd have fried onions. So we're going to put those in there as well. We're going to put it actually in lasagna. Then I have some cranberries. Now, cranberries are really tart. They also, they can be a little bit chewy. And so basically, I cut them in half and I steam them for like a minute just to get them soft and, a little bit more, mushy, I guess. Don't use the dried cranberries that you get in the store because those are sweetened. And we don't want to put too much sweetness in here. We want this to be kind of savory. Then we have our ricotta cheese and we have our mozzarella cheese. So I think we're all set. We're going to start putting this together. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different this year, and I have to admit this is kind of an experiment. So I am getting oven-ready lasagna noodles. You don't have to cook these. Not that I mind cooking them, but you have to keep on testing to see if they're the right texture. You want them to be a little bit al dente because you're going to be cooking them. You don't want them to be too mushy. You don't want them to be, So these, supposedly, you just put them in dry, and they cook while they're in the lasagna. So we will see what's the worst that could happen. So let's get started to put our lasagna together. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting a layer of the meat sauce. And again, remember I have ground turkey in here. So this is actually a meat sauce. There's onions, garlic, and rosemary. I'm going to put a layer of that on the bottom of the pan. Might be a little thick, but it's okay. It's fine. I think that should be okay. And let's put a layer of noodles in there. Now, I have to break these. See if I can do it without causing all hell to break loose. There we go. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. My favorite part of lasagna is the crispy ends. I don't know how about you, what you like, but I love the crispy ends. This could go very badly, but it's not. Okay, now a layer of sauce and mozzarella. Again, this is an experiment. I have never made this before. I don't know how this is going to come out. I mean, everything should taste good. Question is it going to be a decent lasagna? And I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to put some mozzarella on there. You can buy a chunk of mozzarella, shave it down or cut it, but you know, it's easier just to get the shredded one. That ought to be good. All right, now another layer of noodles. Okay, now this layer would be just ricotta noodles. Just ricotta cheese. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll just do that. We'll have a middle section that's ricotta. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think there's really a wrong way to do this. So just whatever, experiment. Whatever works for you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some cranberries. I'm going to put a layer of cranberries in here. And the ricotta. I was going to put them on a layer with the green beans, but I think I'm just going to do something different. And I'm going to put them here with the ricotta cheese. Again, I'm just making this up. So there's no right way or wrong way to do this. Here we go. Okay, now the next layer, we're going to do our gravy and green beans. Okay, so this is going to be our gravy layer. I hope this works. All right, so now we'll put in our green beans. I didn't cook these on purpose because I want them to have a little bit of crispness to them. They will cook, but I don't want them to be, mushy. I want them to have a little bit of, crispness to it. And I'm going to put in fried onions. And let's put some more mozzarella on here. I think the next one will be our last layer. This is pretty thick. It'll be fine. This will be a heavy sauce layer, and the rest of the mozzarella, and then we're ready to rock. I think that's gonna do it. That's good. Finish with mozzarella. You can put like Parmesan if you want on here. If you were making a, legit Italian lasagna with red meat sauce, you'd want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like the sharpness of the mozzarella, the Parmesan in here. I want the other flavors to stand out. That ought to do it. So, got the oven up to 375. Gonna put this in there for about 50 minutes or so. Then I'm gonna take the foil off. Leave it in there for about another, 10 minutes or so. So it gets nice and crusty. And then happy Thanksgiving. Well, here's the finished product. Oh my God, that looks so good. It's funny because I'm used to seeing lasagna with kind of, reddishness with the sauce on top of it, and this one is orange. It looks like the sauce kind of melted into the cheese, and it looks kind of solid. So I'm just excited about this. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this. Let me get an end piece here. Here we go. Wow. I see little pieces of green beans and little pieces of cranberries. My God, look at this thing. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have some sauce. I'm going to put some more sauce on the top of it. Let's see how this is. Alrighty. I love that cross section. Here we go. See how this tastes. It's funny. Taste the green beans. The noodles are really nice. Just the right texture. They're not crunchy and dry. They're not soggy. Really strong green bean taste. And I guess it depends on, what section you get of it. I like that sauce. No, if you're comparing this to regular lasagna, it's going to taste really different. First of all, the pumpkin sauce is much sweeter than a tomato sauce would be. And the tomato sauce, because it has citric acid in the tomatoes, it's more acidic. Even though some people put sugar in their tomato sauce to kind of take the edge off that, still, it's a lot more acidic than this. This one is almost like, it's hard to describe. I was gonna say it's almost like a vegetable lasagna, but not really, because it does have that turkey taste from the ground turkey. It's really pumpkin heavy though. I would say pumpkin's the strongest taste. The cranberries, they're not as tart as if you're eating a fresh cranberry. They still have that cranberry flavor though. Again, it depends on what bite you get. You get some bites with has more in it. And it's reminiscent of an Italian lasagna, but still a completely different ballpark. It doesn't taste like a Thanksgiving dinner, and it doesn't taste like a lasagna. It's just new, uncharted territory. It's really good. Now, I'm not gonna put a recipe below because I made it up. I mean, it just kind of made it up as I was going along. You may have another recipe that you might want to use that you might want to change and do kind of the same thing, but use your own recipe, and I would do that. Again, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I would just kind of make it up as I went along. But this is really, really good. So this is a really nice one dish meal for Thanksgiving, just to change it up. Like if you're spending Thanksgiving by yourself, and you want to do something sort of traditional, but you don't have to have the presentation with the turkey and everything. This is the way to go. This is really, really good. I really, really like this. I think it's going to get a thumbs up. Now, I'm not saying that because of my cooking. I'm just saying the flavors here, all these flavors, they just kind of meld together really, really well. And so I'm going to give it a thumbs up. So if you're going to get up to this Thanksgiving, just remember that it's crazy out there. So please be careful. But take care of yourselves, take care of others, and be thankful for what you have. We'll see you soon. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.